And we're off. Okay, so
Fuck
when
Austin.
that's a good start. So when last we left our
The person,
heroes,
not the city.
right?
There you go.
Both.
I mean,
City's mostly probably Dallas fans anyway.
Nah, they're Longhorn fans.
You're talking to one.
No, they're both. They're definitely both.
See, she doesn't like Dallas fans.
She started talking about football. She don't like it.
So where are we right now?
I'm in Austin.
We are in the Cobalt Cave.
Come on, what the fuck is going on with my sound here? Maybe I'll just refresh this. Sorry. Okay, yeah, you guys are in the Cobalt Cave. I think when we left off, he was like drawing you a map to. He told you that they had the same kind of blight you had. He's drawing you a map to where he thinks the person responsible is at. So
that's right. So we're gonna. How far away is that once we get that map?
It's
like gonna be like a multi-day journey.
He says he thinks it's gonna be. He says he thinks it's gonna be anywhere from 2 to 4 days, depending on weather, depending on
incursions and whatnot.
Right.
Dangers of the land.
Of course.
Would they know if this is an island or a continent?
You can ask.
That's a valuable question to ask.
What did this guy sound like? Anybody remember? I kind of remember. He was deep voiced. I think
Samuel Jackson.
I think I was going with like very much a Digimon Hansu type voice. What was that? That's going to be a lot of noise that I don't want. But yeah, you're more than welcome to ask him.
What he sounds like?
Yeah. what do you sound like? I sound like peace.
Mr. Bonefest was it, I believe.
Yes,
possibly, maybe someday.
That is correct. This is the voice I now have.
Is this a continent or a island? We are not exactly sure. We're exploring new land.
He looks at you kind of funny.
Archipelago.
Yeah. It's a giant peninsula. He's like, aren't all continents really just big islands?
True, very. But this is still something we're interested in as explorers.
He's like, we kind of keep to ourselves here, but we've never really we've seen the area near you, large body of water there, looked very ocean-like. But no, this is not a small land. There is much to be seen.
Very good information.
Yeah, he's giving you the impression that he's pretty sure it's a continent. He doesn't have Google Maps though.
So I want to ask him how far his people have walked or like explored in like the 4 cardinal directions. One part where we've never been all the way far south, but just north of us is the sea that you came on, and then you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. He kind of tells you. He like busts out like another map where it's like basically things they've charted, or may have even been given to them. And he says, "This is the immediate surrounding areas." He kind of points out. He's like, "I believe you came in here," and he like points at where Shoebill Coast is where it's located. It might not be dead on. He's never been there, but based on the things you guys have talked about, he's guessing that's where it's at.
Right, so this is what happens. Mitsuo looks over at Braddock and says, "Hey, buddy, you want to jot down some notes on this map right here and take a little sketch?"
I am a damn secretary.
I love how all 3 of your characters avoid work like it's the fucking plague. I'm surprised we've gotten this far, to be honest with you.
He looked
They're stealing my character trait, but I like it.
He looks at Braddock.
Attitude?
If it ain't
No,
broke,
you get attitude, but the overall just avoiding work.
aversion to work.
Yeah.
He looks at Braddock and says, "Oh, I know that. You're much more than just a secretary there, friend. I was just wondering if you could take some notes, since I know that you have equipment with you, because you always come prepared."
I think he's more talking about your exploration and military duties and the ability to take maps and map out new locations when you're exploring
Ace,
the new
if you're
vast
about to
war
say the pen is mightier
fields.
than a sword, I'm about to smack you.
I'm honestly just rambling on about trying to convince you.
Bonefist looks at you and
fun.
he looks at you, Braddock, and he kind of leans in and he goes, "When that man said you have the equipment, did he just mean like something to write with and something to write on?"
I don't. Yeah.
Pretty much, I think.
He's like, "Oh, okay, just checking."
I'm what the people in the future call Office Depot.
Do you have
I don't know
easy
what that
button?
means. But it sounds ominous.
Stupid belt. I mean, he actually, what he does is he kind of like snaps and he's like, he like points at one of the like underlings and he's like, he points at the map he has and then he's like, kind of like waves him away. And this guy comes back with like a not as detailed copy, but it's pretty good. So you guys can have a copy. He's like, our Xerox is running out of toner, so some of the details may be lost. But this should do you just fine.
I just picture a dude named Xerox.
Yeah, that's what the underling's name is Xerox.
Xerox.
Yeah.
Mighty Bone Fist.
Xerox, thank you for your service.
I pick it up and study it and like make a creature
Nice.
noises, and then fold it and give it to Braddock.
And you do what with it?
I give the map to Braddock after I folded it up. Like,
I will take this map from your pocket and put it in my pocket.
Not only are you a secretary, you're also a pack mule, apparently.
Yes.
Right?
Good.
Here. File this away.
Mighty Bone Fist. I have a request.
Yes.
Do you have a brazier available? I would like to conduct a ritual to summon a dragon to help me and my constituents in this blight.
Let me roll something. Okay. He kind of looks afraid. Like,
yeah.
Like he's like we do.
I told you I am a master of the arcane.
Yes, but also you seem very inexperienced with dragons. That seems like a terrible idea to do inside of this cave.
Oh,
I promise you,
my
I
friend
am very
Ace
capable.
My friend Ace here would never oversell or undersell or side sell anything of his capabilities, knowledge, experience.
Fucking roll me a goddamn deception check.
Right,
like it's your job.
I don't
no,
even
because that is the first thing Ace would do is oversell himself. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he believes.
Yeah, you're lying, 100%.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar.
I would like to help him.
No, he
to help him to give advantage.
The 16's good enough.
He got a 16.
He buys it.
Nice.
He's like, very well.
I get this right next.
He's like, Krog, hook him up. And Krog brings over, a big old, I don't know, maybe like 2 feet in diameter, like a copper or brass bowl. And with some wood, and you see the wood is like shiny, like it has some kind of oil on it.
Okay. He's going to conduct the ritual. He'll use prestidigitation to light the fire and get everything started. And he's going to conduct the ritual. I have a feeling this involves a lot of him like chanting around in a circle, because I think it takes like an hour with Ritual Caster.
No, you get to... Isn't it? It's 10 minutes plus the time it casts to cast the spell. So
okay. Yeah, it's like a minute.
Yeah, so it takes 11 minutes.
So, yeah. So he does a like a rain dance around this brazier for a little while. And after a little bit, a tiny fey pseudo-dragon appears.
Okay. Do you have you Googled these? Like, here, I guess I can do it.
I can.
Just so we can all kind of get a pseudo
little crash
dragon.
course.
Okay. I got Google Images up here.
Okay.
Present a tab. A pseudo dragon. So here's a myriad. I'll let John pick which one it looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that second one in.
This one with the butterfly wings?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That's exactly what it looks like.
So that's
I love
what
that one from the book. You see that, Austin?
Oh shit! It looks like a blue. Yeah, it's a blue dragon with butterfly wings, which is a B-side on a Smashing Pumpkins album. He like you see all of the fucking kobolds. They like back up,
and it like is sitting on my shoulder now.
Do these things
I did pretty good today.
have like a stat block, like alignment?
Leave me.
I'm gonna pull their stat block up right now.
So I like to think that the deception that I rolled was actually self-deception because Nitsuo fully believes in Ace. Like that was self-deception. And
sure. You've convinced yourself. Congratulations.
He would not lie to us about a dragon. I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. He actually believes that.
You have drank an entire pitcher of Kool-Aid, Bert Kreischer. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
And
there's
right now,
so much because
as
all
soon as
the
he says that, I have a Jim at the office face moment.
Right.
to a narcissist, there's no one better than the sycophant. So you're instantly gonna buy into the sycophant. 100%. That's what narcissists do.
Okay, found it. It is a tiny dragon, neutral good. So it's a neutral dragon, just like theirs, just like the ones they worship.
Cool. So they're still freaked out because it's not a white dragon. I believe I said white dragon for them, right?
You said crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Great white dragon.
It is not what they're used to. It's not what they worship. They're not super they're not super jazzed about this, but it's also very small. Do they have a size on these things? Like, give me a rough estimate of a size.
Tiny.
Right. So what? Maybe
description.
Like a Pomeranian with a bigger tail.
That'd be cute.
I mean, it's still reptilian.
Dwells in small caves with its red-brown horns, maw filled with sharp teeth, so the dragon resembles a tiny red dragon, but its disposition is playful.
Okay.
It's not saying like sight, but I'm gonna say I'm thinking like a hawk.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
It's like the size of a hawk, like it perches on his shoulder.
Gotcha. Okay. So they're freaked out, but it seems to be friendly to you.
Yes, this is my friend. He will follow my every command.
Okay.
As I pulled him from another plane of existence.
Well, very well. His
name is Reddick. Go ahead and name the dragon.
Pissbird.
What is it?
What?
Pissbird.
Pissbird?
Pissbird.
Yes.
The kobolds look at each other, and you see them like point down where they pee from, and then like do a wink. Like, did he just name that thing Pissbird?
Yeah.
Your Majesty, how do you feel about that name? He's muted.
He loves it.
Yeah.
I think Braddock is a great name for a dragon. Very strong. Very strong.
Braddock. That's interesting.
Braddock is a wonderful name. I can't remember where I've heard that, but I really believe that is a great name for a dragon.
Well, Bonefist, I think I need your help here.
Bonefist slams his scepter down, and he goes, "What kind of man lets another man name his pet?"
Very good point, Bonefist. I never thought of it like that.
I'm not gonna say piss dragon over.
How about
PB?
Milo?
Milo. Okay, very well. Cool.
I think that's the dog from the mask, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
That's what I was going for.
Cool. He's like,
Spike
very well.
is the monkey, Race Ventura.
That's true.
There you go.
But we'll go with Milo.
Okay, so
I'm trying to mix in different characters.
they're still like, I mean, obviously this thing hasn't done anything threatening, but they're still on edge. Whether or not you want to do anything to about that is up to you.
I am looking at something real quick.
Hey. What's going on here?
It will use. It can magically communicate simple ideas, emotions, and images. So H is going to instruct it to calm the kobolds. Okay. So it's going to use calming emotions and telepathic images of like its home and where it's from.
The Fae is very much like Lothlorien, right? And Riven, it's like Elvie, right?
Yeah, that I imagine him from being like an elvish forest.
Right. So like, there's like a lot of
the high forest,
like weeping willows and fireflies, and maybe swampy, but it's a pretty swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And, so, that works. They're starting to come around. Like they're kind of like getting like closer. Like they're doing the like bent over thing where you're still not sure, but they're definitely loosening up.
Cool.
Yeah. So they said, "Very well, sorcerer. I see your tricks. They are impressive."
I told you I am very, very capable. I would not lie about such things.
Roll me a deception check.
I was about to say, what would you lie about?
You for sure would lie about things.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, and most things.
Yeah. That's a 15.
Yeah, that'll work. He says, very well. Is there anything else I can do for you? You are, he says,
I believe that was very, very helpful.
I don't know what time of day it is. He's like, you are welcome to remain here for the rest of the day. If you would like shelter, my men can prepare a meager feast, but feast nonetheless.
Do you have bird food? Because I'm sure Piss Bird is pretty hungry.
I don't.
Milo, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I've never gotten your name wrong, Braddock.
He also didn't. Never mind. I won't go there. No. So he's like, well, I'm sure we can dig up something. I'm sure he doesn't eat like a bird. One of the kobolds come back with like a raw fish and he like holds it up. He's like, "What do you think about this?"
For the dragon?
Yeah, he's asking you.
I think the dragon just kind of swoops down and takes it.
He like, so like this dragon comes and takes this fish out of this kobold's hand, and he's like, it spooks him, but then he's like, oh shit, like if you were like feeding and
then like comes
like a
back
manta
and
ray
pushes back on my shoulder. Yeah.
He starts clapping like it was something that John that Ace did on purpose.
Yeah. Well, it'd be almost like something as he's probably seen a performer with a hawk do something similar at a some sort of show,
circus or something,
or circus he's been to.
Yeah. Yeah. So
those would be rich people activities in this type of world.
They're but they're offering you food and shelter. So you guys are welcome to take it. You are welcome to also keep moving. You have directions.
So I'm at my HP on beyond 20 is 23 to 34. Mm-hmm. Have we rested in a while?
You guys finished up a rest, but it was interrupted by a spider fight 2 sessions ago.
Yeah.
If we have a safe place to rest and we're among friends, I think it'd be cool to take like a short rest and just like chill and just like come up with just like.
What time of day is it? That's important.
You guys, I'd say you guys came in here around midday, and between all the discussion and the diplomacy and all that, it's probably getting to be like middle afternoon, so like 3-4 o'clock. I mean, night's coming.
We might not be able to get that far this evening anyway, Your Majesty. Maybe we should stay.
Very true, Ace, very true. And we could always use a night among new friends to build on camaraderie. And he talks for like a full 30 seconds saying absolutely nothing. I agree, Ace.
Seems to be his wheelhouse.
Do you have beer?
The Bonefist looks at Krog and Clegg, and he's like elbows them and points at you and laughs. He's like, "Hang on," and Krog almost skips away. He's like, "Okay." He's very happy, and he goes and he brings back a big jug, and it doesn't have 3 X's on it. It's got their insignia on it, which I think was a dragon claw.
Nice.
He's like, yeah, we do a bit of brewing, if you will. Keep it on the low, though. It's not exactly on the up and up. Yeah, he pours 3. They're think of a rocks glass size, and pours 2 fingers in each. He didn't really know if Ace and Nitsua want, but he's just offering. If you guys don't want it, somebody else will fucking drink it.
I mean, Ace will take it.
Nitsua, do you take yours?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay. Everybody roll Constitution saves.
Oh, great.
12.
8.
Okay. Austin, what'd you get? 16. Okay. Okay, so 16, 12, 8. Nitsua, you're good. It burns. It's a good burn. It's not a good, I lied. It's not a good burn. I wouldn't say this is rot gut, but let's say it's like if you go to a big old liquor store. I don't know if you guys have Total Wine and more.
Yes.
But yeah, so think that.
Because Nitsu is royal and he has to go places and be polite and drink what he considers absolute crap a lot, that this doesn't really phase him. That's part of the reason why he did so good on that.
Right. So yeah, sure. That can certainly be true. What I'm trying to get across is the experience you're having. It burns, and it's not good, but you feel Nitsua, you feel it, and you can tell that it's strong, but you're okay. Boz, you're on a drunk scale of 1 to 10. You're a 4 right now.
Nice.
John, you're hovering around a 7, which makes a lot of sense because I feel like you're the slightest of all the characters.
That was very that was rough. So, anybody want to hear the story of the disappearing village?
He
stumbles back and forth.
Way to spoil the ending.
He looks at Braddock and he goes, "Are we going to need a second round for this?"
We need a second container of alcohol.
He's like, we have more, but let's work on this one first. By the way, they shoot their shit like it ain't nothing. They're cool. They're used to this particular
nice
flavor of alcohol. So if they pour up 3 more. If anybody wants them, take them and roll me more Constitution saves.
Ace does not. He's just gonna go into telling his
6.
story. And
I'm getting fucked up tonight.
Yeah.
He gets, I believe, let me see, that's a 16 on performance to tell the story of what happened to the colony.
Braddock,
does not drink anymore.
Okay. Braddock, you probably burp and like something comes up a little bit, but you hold it back, and you're definitely it's definitely that. But you're definitely feeling it. he's like you ever
17.
Nobody's poured anything yet, and he's like
that's why it's a 17.
Yeah, he's like he gives you an empty glass. He gives you a water, and it goes down. you probably still think it's booze,
This is
but
good shit.
that's why you saved. He's like, why don't you pump the brakes there, little one? Actually, because he's big. And he's like, he listened. John, what'd you roll on your performance for the story?
My performance is 16.
Yeah. So here's what's happening. The story has all the beats, right? It's got all the important details. But you're fucking stumbling around and like bumping into shit, like knocking over tables. So like, while you wouldn't, like a sober Ace wouldn't consider this a good performance, they find it hilarious. Yeah. So you have the crowd wrapped around your finger. They're definitely laughing at you. And
in my drunkenness, I'm going deeper into the performing with more gusto and probably hitting shit harder. Also getting a bigger reaction. So
I pull out somebody's chair out from under them and just sit down and entertainedly watch him perform.
They're all smaller than you, so like the guy you like make ass plant, he like just goes and gets another chair, and or he gets a bucket and flips upside down and sits on it. John, I have to ask this: does Ace like take his shirt off in the middle of this? Like. Only because that's a clutch Tisher move once one has had too many to drink.
It is.
Yeah.
It is my go-to. It's not Ace's. Ace goes through outfits like they're fucking M&Ms with his illusions. So like he's constantly changing what he's wearing and what he looks like. Like so one second he's a 4 foot tall dwarf. The next second he's a friggin' orc.
I imagine when you're like saying something that Sergeant Turner said, you like change into what she'd be wearing.
Yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah. Like when he did the performance before, he was doing the full illusion of looking exactly like them, and now. He's just wearing their clothes.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to
It reminds me of that Mulaney bit about drag queens where he's like, I'm a gal. It's like, you're not a gal. It's like, it's like, so they are all, you guys are they're having a great time. You guys are having whatever kind of time your characters are having. They are thoroughly entertained by Ace. You're kind of like an organ grinder monkey to them at this point, but you're like their little buddy. You're their little drunk buddy that they make sure that you don't hurt yourself. There's more drinks to be had. The night goes on. They bring out food. Probably helps sober you guys up a touch, but the more you drink, the more you're gonna get drunk. Because that's how alcohol works. For those of you who may listen to this and don't know how alcohol works. But yeah, the night goes on. They share stories of, maybe like, hey, we fought this owl bear was getting a little close. And like, it took like 6 of us, but we took him down. And like, they show you like a foot, like somebody cut off a foot and like stuffed it. And, nice. And he's like, and like the guy who brings it out, he like, you see him like go to like, you think it's like a stump, but then he takes some of the booze and he pours it in, and you see he's hollowed it out into a drinking vessel. Like, they're like, and Bonefist is like, oh god, I hate it when he does that. It's fucking disgusting. He's like, but it seems to please him, so we just let him do it. He only does it when he gets really, really drunk. So like the night goes on. At one point, John, Ace, you see Milo start sniffing around the jug, and
Ace is gonna try to give him a
swing. Yeah,
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Roll a con save for your pseudo dragon.
Let's do this.
Can't imagine he's got a great con.
That's a whole +1.
All right. Let's see what he gets.
He got a 7 fucking team.
Okay, so I don't know all I need to know about pseudo dragons, but he takes it down, and you see you see him wince, but like then when he winces, it's like he kind of gets that look on his face like when like a frat dude gets all like hyped up by booze, and then like he like leans back and like he burps, and
Fire.
you see just like a little bit of smoke come out. I don't think can he breathe? Does he have a breath weapon?
He does not have a breath weapon. He's got a sting attack, which does poison. He can poison
you see, no, here's what you see. You don't see smoke come out. You see something that's very, like, wisps of fey, like greens and purples come out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's a much better image.
Yeah.
They
this
slowly,
rough stuff, ain't it, buddy?
he like kind of like shakes it off, and he's like, and
love it.
he looks back at the jug, and then he like looks up off into space, looks back at the jug, looks off into space, and he just kind of walks away, and he probably like goes up and he like curls up on a barrel, and you see him like it's like his head's up for a little bit, but it starts to sag. Like he took a shot well, but it's hitting him. He isn't barfing or anything. I mean, he probably weighs what, maybe 15 pounds? Do dragons have hollow bones? I would assume so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think dragons are typically heavy, but I'm saying he's not heavy.
Uh-huh.
He's like 10 or 15 pounds for sure.
More of the cave.
If
while
that.
we're in here. I imagine we don't just chill in here. Would we?
You're in like a you're in like their feast hall, like their mess hall right now. So it's like the biggest room.
Austin wants to see the cave you prepared. I think is what he's getting at.
Yeah. What are you looking for? Anything in particular?
Nope.
Okay. I mean, you see like things that would be like think like a garrison. Like they have all of those rooms, but they're just in a cave with tunnels instead of hallways and walls. You know.
Sure. Is there any more to the map on Roll20 though?
Oh no, I just did that. I had that map in case you guys got into an encounter. The rest of this is all theater of the mind. You see, like they have stuff. They don't have much. If you guys wanted something from them, they might be willing to sell you. I don't know what you would want. But if you're looking for something, they might be able to sell you something. They're not going to have anything like magical. No, what?
Health potions? Always use some health potions.
Let me see. Let's roll a die. That's always fun. I'm going to roll a D100. And if it's above 60... Okay, no, they don't. Unfortunately.
I might ask them if they know of any way, like, do they have any special, like, poisons or anything that they put on their blades to make them more effective when fighting anything in the area? Like, hey, this poison's deadly to the spiders, and that's why we use it or anything.
They show you what they have, and then, like, you guys, like, I imagine you guys, like, start, like, talking shop and, like, comparing your weaponry, and what they have is, it's okay, but it's not as cool as what you have. As far as poisons, they don't really deal in poisons. They're just not, they're like, for poisons, you need to either forage for the supplies, right? And that's not really their bag because or you need to grow the stuff, right? And you've seen their growing operations, and it's more like fruits and vegetables, and those are only for like really hard times when there's no prey, because they're pretty carnivorous. I mean, they're lizards. Lizards typically don't eat a lot of plants. Even smallest lizards typically feast on bugs, so they're unfortunately not any help with the poisons. You see Krog come out, and he's like, we had an encounter with some bandits. I don't really know where they were from. We were out hunting. They were out hunting. They started some shit. We ended some shit, and we took this off of them. And he hands you this like round object. It's spherical, and he's like, we have no idea what this is, and to be honest with you, it's kind of terrifying. And he's like, you look at it.
I immediately want to take it, hold it, and look at it.
Okay. Give me if everybody wants to look at it, give me like an intelligence check. I think is probably the best check here. Ooh, 19.
20.
20. Okay, cool. John, if you want to roll, you can. You're not going to get any more out of it than
what
they
is
are.
This?
It's an intelligence check to decipher what this orb thing might be.
Oh yeah, they already.
Yeah, so you guys take it and you're looking at it, and you hear something like you hear a liquid sloshing around in it, and then you also see like a little speck. So it's made of like clay, right? And you see like a little circle, and it looks like if you're patching a hole in the wall before you paint over it. It looks like that, and you get the impression that this is like a fill hole. So you guys have like, I mean, the only way to find out what this thing does is to break it.
Nice.
I mean, you could maybe work a hole into it, like almost like drilling with like a pocket knife, where you just keep spinning in a circle and make a hole. But you also don't know what that will happen, and they're like, don't do that shit in here. Like
I asked them where'd they get it.
They got it off a bandit they killed.
Okay.
It what?
It was like on his like a bandolier, but he only had one.
So we think it's an explosive of some sort?
You know that it's got stuff in it. If you could tell just by holding it that like if you threw it at the wall, it would shatter and the contents would leak out.
I'd probably want to ask if I could have it, and then I'd want to take it back to our wizard and ask him what he thought.
Can I make an Arcana check on it?
Back at town.
Yeah, you can. I will tell you this: like, you don't smell anything or see anything, so I don't know that
with the intelligence, you don't think I would get anything else out of it. So I don't know.
Right.
That it's
I don't know. I don't think an Arcana
it.
check's going to tell you anything.
Gotcha.
So yeah, let's not roll that.
Okay.
If it was like a glass orb, then sure, you could maybe like see it.
No, I don't want to roll it if it's not gonna give us anything.
Right. I need to get better at just saying no.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to feel forced to give me something when you don't have anything to give me either.
No. Peek behind the curtain. I don't know what this thing's gonna do right now either. So, but whenever you decide to use it, or whatever you decide to do with it, I'll have it figured out by then. I promise you.
But Austin's gonna take it and get it to the wizard. So we'll see what happens, what he says.
So yeah, you see, by this point, like after you guys,
throw it
most of the crowd has cleared out. Like they've all gone to bed. They were pretty fucked up. And right now it's just Bonefist. He handles his shit the best because he's the biggest person here. And Krog is still there because he's not like a bodyguard, but like he kind of, when it comes to Bonefist, he's kind of like the captain goes down with the ship. So he's doing his best to like fight off sleep and all that jazz. And he's trying to stay awake. Not that he doesn't trust you guys. It's just a habit. He does that when it's just kobolds in here. Like that's what he does. Which in my head is also kind of funny because like Bonefist would like crush this dude if it came down to a one-on-one fight. But so that's what is going on. And you can tell Bonefist he's doing that Midwestern thing where he like slaps his thighs and he like stands up and he says, well, and you can tell he's ready to hit it himself. He's like, unless you gentlemen have any more questions or any more services you might request, I think I'm gonna bid you good night. This ship's not gonna sail itself.
I feel like Ace is passed out in a corner at this point.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it up with the rest of these
Got
guys.
a lampshade on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely a lightweight.
You passed out, and the guy that Braddock stole his chair, that guy took the bucket he was sitting on and he put it on your head.
Nice.
Yeah, unless you guys got anything else you want to talk to this guy about, he's going to hit the sack.
I think I'm going to as well.
Yep.
Krog shows you guys to, like, it's like a, it's probably like the stores, and, like, they've set up, like, some bedrolls, like, maybe some straw, like, basic straw mattresses. It's better than sleeping on the rock in your sleeping bags. They've set up 3 of them. Yeah. He's like, well, this is your guys' penthouse for the night. I know it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Catch you guys in the morning. We got he's like, we got lizard eggs for breakfast.
Sounds like, yeah, I'd go to sleep.
Yeah. All right, so you guys have full night's rest of uninterrupted sleep.
Nice.
You wake up in the morning. John, roll me a wisdom save.
Ooh. 10.
Okay, you are in a panic because you open your eyes and it is completely dark because you have a bucket on your head.
What's going on?
You freak out and it comes off pretty quickly. Like, I imagine you like jerked awake and yeah, it like falls off your head. A couple of the kobolds that I haven't named run out and they see what the fracas is, and he's like they see you freaking out in the bucket onto the ground and they just start laughing. He's like, oh yeah, forgot we did that. Fucking funny. They go, they're like, I don't know where they set your boys up, but if you find them, let them know breakfast will be ready in about 10 minutes.
I will have to seek them out. I gotta be less loud today.
Yeah. They're like, if I had to guess, they're probably somewhere in that direction. They kind of point you into a general direction, and you find them.
He's gonna go ahead and sit down, and
I imagine you were first to bed, first to rise. You also had the least to drink.
He's gonna sit back against the wall, and he's gonna telepathically link and bop out and send the pseudo dragon to look for him. If they're within 100 feet, I'll find him.
Yeah, he sniffs them out.
If not, I'm gonna have to get up.
Does the pseudo dragon feel the hangover?
Let me see. John, roll me a Constitution save to see how good he's feeling.
1T.
Oh, yeah,
19
he's
on
great.
the die.
He's like
he's out rolling me.
He's like a puppy. Like when puppies aren't asleep, they're hyper as fuck. Yeah. Does this thing does what you tell it to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it how much on its own accord does it act?
It doesn't really.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna let it freely act, just stay close, stay within 100 feet.
So it starts licking.
It
starts licking Braddock in the face.
Well, right now I'm in for full control of it.
Oh, okay.
I've taken over its eyes.
Well, then, yeah.
So definitely doing that.
Okay. So, Braddock, you feel a weird, wet, forked tongue, like, in your ear and on your face.
Okay, with my eyes closed, I grab it by the neck.
Oh, no. No, this is not where I wanted this to go. I'm assuming it makes a noise. And
yeah.
You see that it's it.
It's wiggling around.
I let it go a little bit. I pet it, and I say, "Don't lick me again." And I throw it again. I throw it to Ace.
Ace isn't anywhere near.
Yeah, Ace is he's still in the room where his bucket head is.
Okay, in the general vicinity.
He's in a catatonic state.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's like, I don't know, 50 feet away or so in a different room.
Yeah.
So the pseudo dragon is Milo is it's free to you're back in control of it.
Yeah, it goes and tries to wake up Nitsua.
Okay.
And then
same fashion, or is it less offensive?
Up the nose this time.
Up the nose. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Nitsua, you feel a forked tongue go up your nose. Any
I think
bats in that
Nitsua-
cave are probably out.
I think Nitsua is still asleep.
Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna try the ear, the other nostril. It's gonna go back and forth in different orifices in the face.
I want to establish that
So glad you
Nitsua
said in the face.
is a very heavy sleeper.
Okay.
And he's used to never being woken up by anyone or anything.
If none of those work, he's gonna go with a nip on the nose. But if like putting his tongue in your mouth, ears, or nose does not work,
he's putting his dragon titty on his nose.
Pretty much.
No.
Kind of. No, he's gonna bite him.
Yes, but no.
On the nose.
Oh, okay. Nip. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So, what I roll? I mean, I'm not trying to. But I like the idea of how do I determine? I think that the nip would probably wake him up.
Roll. Yeah. The nip's probably gonna do it. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
Like in general, he's a very heavy sleeper, and unless there's something like
I'll remember that for surprise rounds during night's rests and shit.
Very heavy sleeper.
Yeah. Your perception rolls will be terrible while you're asleep because you don't make them. So yeah, this thing kind of gives you like a teething puppy bite on the nose. Doesn't hurt you, but yeah, it just keeps kind of gnawing at you until you wake up.
Yeah. Nothing aggressive.
He wakes up and he would see this dragon and be like, "Oh, it's Ace's little dragon, Braddock. Oh, you're such a cool little dragon." I start like petting its scales and like, wow, it's so cold, it's so smooth.
And at this point, Ace is getting a little bored, so he blanks out. He's like, "They'll come down here eventually. I'm gonna go get some food."
So I'm still petting the dragon and like trying to find like it's behind its ears and stuff.
So
trying to make friends with it.
So am I in control of the dragon now?
Yes.
Okay,
you
cool.
have full control of what it does.
So the dragon hears you say, "Oh, look, it's Braddock," and it's like it gives you like the dog head tilt. It's like it knows that's not its name.
No, it said, "Oh, look, Braddock, it's Milo."
Oh, I thought he was calling it Braddock.
I called the dragon. So, John, when you said, "What's the dragon's name?" you first said Braddock.
Yes. No.
So he thinks it's Braddock. He thinks the dragon's name is Braddock.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I'm for that. I thought you said. I thought I heard something else out of you.
Yeah, no, you said, Braddock, what should we name it? And he assumed the first thing out of your mouth was concrete.
No, I like it. I like it.
He's, so the dragon is super confused. It kind of like, what's this thing's intelligence?
It is a +0. 10.
Okay, so it knows its name. It's not like offended. I don't think it's smart enough to be offended. Well, it's what a commoner's got an intelligence of 10, right?
It can understand common and draconic, but it can't speak them.
Right.
So he fully understands what he's. He does not know his name.
So
but it can also convey emotions and images.
Yeah. Okay.
At any time.
So it's definitely like it gives you this look of like it just like looks down and shakes its head and it like scampers off back in the direction of Ace. So, yeah, that's what's up. Ace, you find it's a breakfast comparable to last night. Like it's not meager. Yeah. It's fine. You guys can smell the food coming down the caverns.
Nice. Ace is gonna have the dragon just mentally tell everyone in the caves, like,
soup's on.
Image of breakfast.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have to see anybody. Anybody with 100 feet, it can get telepathy with, which I love this.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys get images of breakfast in your head.
Oh, Nitsu is like he's following his instinct right to food.
Cool. Boz, what's Braddock doing?
Okay, quick side convo. Are there any doors from where I'm sleeping to the kitchen?
You haven't seen a single door in this place. It's all just open tunnels.
I kind of feel like his character is like a bad
Having
cop.
withdrawals.
Bad cop from Lego Movie that just loves throwing chairs. And just wants to take a door.
Yeah, there's no doors. So like if you're going through withdrawals, like that's on you.
Yeah. I wake up with a twitch in my foot.
We can always stand up a table for you.
Yeah. So breakfast is there. These guys are pretty much they're kind of in the mood. Like they're not like pushing you out the door, but they don't know what else they can do for you unless you ask. But yeah.
Can we make him a beat cop on the celestial plane? Like that's his backstory. That's why he likes to kick doors down so much.
I mean, I can maybe work something like that in. Yeah. So, yeah. Unless you guys got any more questions, these guys are gonna like get to their daily duties. So, like, the hunters go out. That's what most of their shit is. It's either hunting or defense. Bonefist is like chilling. He's maybe looking at a map or something. Cool. But yeah.
I mean, we'd eat breakfast and probably, are we thinking head straight out?
Yep.
Or we going back to the village, or do we want to head on this 4-day journey to find whatever's causing this?
I don't see any reason to go back to the village, really.
Me either.
I mean, 4 days is, I mean, it's still, is it 4 days? All right, so are we adding another 4 days to get back?
It's anywhere. It's anywhere.
5 days.
It's back. Anywhere from 2 to 4 days from here. So
yeah,
it's like if you get to like the spot he's marked, you'll be like roughly 4 days from home.
All right, that's fine. Cool. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to go back yet, and
they give you you know some rations and shit. Like obviously that's not something we ever track, but
nice.
Yeah. They send you on your way.
Hunt easily. I'm pretty sure both of our warriors here can hunt no problem.
Your dragon can fly too, so that's a nice scout to have.
Mm-hmm. It can and it's got advantage on perception checks. To see or smell anything, so it can find game pretty quickly.
There you go.
And hear.
Yep.
So yeah, it can easily find game.
It's like a flying dog.
Yeah.
It's like a flying hunting dog with telepathy shit.
Mm-hmm. We're good on food.
So yeah, Bonefist, he walks you out to the edge of the tunnel. Not quite. So like if you were on the if you're on roll 20, he goes about like halfway down the tunnel you entered. He's like, and he could see out of it. He could see that it's sunlight out. He's like, well, this is where I leave you. We don't do so well with all of that. Kobolds have sunlight sensitivity, so they're more of a nocturnal beast. But they do better. They're not nocturnal. These aren't nocturnal. These they just don't do stuff in the daytime. So he's like, yep, it was great to meet you. If you're ever in the area, need any assistance, you let me know. I'll do what I can.
We will keep in touch.
Says, good luck out there. Let us know. He says, let us know if you find any solutions to your light problem. Because he has.
Sure, and we'll try and get you back on the rotation for that fight fleet as soon as we can.
He gives you the sting nose flick. Like he wants that good back as soon as possible. So, you guys are set off. You guys following? Did you decide you're gonna follow the directions he gave you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you start off. It's pretty early in the morning, maybe 9, 10 o'clock, something like that. I mean, I know that's not very early. That's early for me. You see some clouds start to roll in. Weather's getting a little inclement. It's not like downpouring. It's starting to sprinkle. Give me survival checks, everybody.
Survival. 18. Not for me. 5 for me.
Yeah, Austin got 18.
16.
All right, Austin, John, you see that you could probably you can definitely keep pushing for quite a few more hours, but you can see some dark clouds rolling. You get an idea that they're probably going to set in. Like you have the feeling that things might get a little hairy around dinner time. But yeah, you're good for now.
So it'll be at least good for the day. Can we focus on like 2 hours before we get to dinner time?
Sure.
Finding somewhere with shelter for the evening.
Yeah, definitely.
Like once we get to that point, we're still moving in the direction, but we're specifically if we find proper shelter early, we should stop.
Right. Yeah. Let's say you take.
But granted,
like
I would not say any of that. So I don't bring that up.
No. If
sorry.
If any, yeah, that's very true. If
I'm bad about just thinking of the right thing to do.
Well, you could also think of it this way: of Ace is he's kind of at times.
Well, he's a wuss. He wants shelter.
I don't want to say cowardly, but yeah, he would. That's why it comes to his head.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so there's justification.
Yeah, I'd say around 4 o'clock. Like you guys probably all start to because you want to get the shit down before the rain starts. So everybody roll me
and find a cave or something.
Yeah, roll me another survival check.
Okay, this is where I don't roll good because I only got +1. Oh, okay. Fuck yeah. 19.
This time I got 18.
Okay, so Braddock, you see like you don't see a cave, you see like a bluff, like an overhang. So it's like you can tell that like it'll keep you dry, but it won't keep you like enclosed. It's not as cool as if you found like a 10 by 10 indent into a cliff. But it's a nice spot. It'll do. It'll give you cover for a fire. Keep your gear dry. And yeah, it'll be a nice safe spot. You guys want to do anything before bed? I know usually the fireside chats is where role play backstory questions get asked. I'm not saying you have to do that, but it's always a good time
I think I'd probably, we've been walking all day. I figure Nitsu's probably going to be very tired, not being the most physical. So he'd probably want to just get the order together, and then he'd probably go to sleep after they ate some rations.
Let's do before you go to sleep, what do you guys know about each other?
I don't know that we know that much about each other.
I mean, you know Nitsua is royalty. You all came here on the same boat.
I always think it's a she.
It's because it ends with an A.
Yeah. Totally. Messes with my fucking head.
Yeah. I'm not requesting you guys to do this, but yeah, you do what you guys want to do. But yeah, I kind of wanted to check in because I didn't know what you knew about each other.
I think Ace would chit chat with Braddock if he doesn't rush off to bed because Ace always likes to talk.
Fire away,
Braddock. So I go on incessantly about myself, pretty much always. Where were you before you got here? Don't know much about you.
I wasn't here, and now I'm here.
That is all of us, buddy, but what's your story? I know I've told you how I got here. Remember, I fought the fairy princess in the Elvish Forest?
If I'm being vague with my backstory, it is because I do not know it. I do not remember much past the last 5 years.
Yeah, but what's happened is, tell a story from the last 5 years.
You
know what I mean?
Just make up something. Like,
yeah.
did you cool fight.
Yeah, I'm about to.
I was
Okay,
guarding. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Go ahead.
okay, I'll shut up. No.
No. Those.
I was
Boz,
going to
just-
mention that I woke up outside of a village, and I woke up not knowing who I was, and I was taken in by someone who named me Braddock after his son who had passed away. And he was a blacksmith, and that's why I know a bit about blacksmithing.
Ah,
And that's all I've done. I've helped him out. He passed away about a year ago, and since then I've been trying to find out more about who I am.
interesting. So you don't know how you got there?
No,
Any other pieces to this puzzle?
nope. That's why I sent out on this journey to go searching for more information and knowledge. See if there anything would come to mind. New experiences, new faces, new areas.
Interesting. It's quite the mystery. Much like our missing people. You see them to just appeared out of nowhere, and they disappeared. Wonder if it's related. Are you sure you know nothing of them? And he looks at him very, accusingly, but then just glances off.
Like aggressively?
Well, no, accusingly, but in a joking way, and then, glances off like ADHD.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Not in a way that he would take aggressive for more than half a second.
Right.
It's just Ace being eccentric.
Yeah. Gotcha. Boz, I did want to say, that, as far as, that time goes, I have nothing for that.
Same.
So that time, well, no, I like that 5-year period.
Yeah.
Say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, that's how I was pretty much going to describe it.
Cool. I dig it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's it. That is a bummer. That's but it's also kind of fun.
Well, you
Yeah.
want to hear a cool secret from me?
I got 2 dicks.
You open mouth kissed a horse once?
He's
How
gonna
did you know about that?
snap and disappear, and he's gonna go, "Hey, Janie, you want to meet one of the guys?"
Oh, shit.
He goes. He goes. Oh shit, man. Was he? Didn't I have him very Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, it was like Matthew McConaughey, Tommy Chong is what you were saying.
Yeah, that's right. It was more Chongy. He's like, I don't know, man. You think he's ready for that?
Well, I mean, he kind of opened up, and he seems like a cool guy.
Okay.
I think I trust him with the magic stuff a little more than Natsuo. Might freak him out a little bit.
And you hear a faint echo in the background because they're in the lab. Say, where the fuck did he go?
Right, you can hear shit outside.
We can still hear stuff
right,
outside.
Yeah. It's not going to be as... Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's actually written into the text of it too. That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know if you're ready for that, but I mean, if you want to, sure, I guess.
I mean, he shared a secret, I'll share a secret. It's the only true thing I'm probably ever going to tell the guy. I mean,
okay, sure. I guess we could do that.
build some trust.
And the oh, good, Syrinscape went down. So the genie's not gonna go out first.
Yeah, he's gonna pop out. He's gonna be like, well, I have a genie's lamp. And kind of have a genie as well. Well, he has me.
Do you, John, did you want this guy to basically look like the one in the book?
That's fine with me, yeah.
Okay.
The one in the book's dope looking.
That's what, Boz, if you look in the chat, that's what it looks like. Or in the Roll20 chat, I'm sorry, where your rolls are. That's what he looks like. He's like, hey, man, what's up? Hey, Braddock, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. When I see him at first, I put my hand on my sword. but I don't draw.
He puts his
Calm
hand
down,
on,
buddy.
puts his hand on his sword. He's like, chill, man. It's cool. Like, same team.
I let go of my sword.
He says, okay, cool. He's like,
I'll be right back.
all right. He's like, name's Melfestro the Mischievous, but just call me Mel. Like, you know, it's way less cumbersome. Rolls off the tongue a little better.
You have a name?
I look.
Yeah, I have a name. You just rude and never asked.
I look at Ace to almost be like, is this cool? Like, just so I could shake his hand.
Yeah, it shouldn't hurt unless he wants to fuck with you.
Is he tangible? He's not like a ghost, right?
I mean, no, yeah, he should be tangible, or at least be able to make himself tangible when necessary.
Cool. I introduce myself
okay.
and shake his hand.
Genie stat block, but give me
Yeah. Well, until you tell me otherwise, we're gonna pretend like he's tangible. He shakes your hand. He's like, cool, man.
While I'm shaking his hand, I also look at his hand, like arm, to see how blue, and inspect him.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, like, you know, this. He's like, you know what they say. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
It doesn't say anything about not being tangible.
Cool.
He's a large elemental.
Yeah.
He's...
So he's pretty big. So he's probably like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's a very, very much an Aladdin genie size comparison.
Yes, very much.
I think Robin Williams' genie wasn't quite that big, but yeah, this dude's he's pretty big.
Jafar was.
You know what?
Yeah.
I wanted you guys, since you woke up, I wanted everybody to roll one more history check on Bone Fist. We're not going to go back to it. I just wanted to see what everybody got.
11.
I think I got an 18. Let me double check. Nope, 15.
Okay. So that's good enough, John. Remember how I said his features weren't as sharp as a typical kobold? They were more rounded?
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you guys this. He had giant's blood in him. It's like,
he
was like part stone giant, or he's part hill giant.
Interesting.
So that's why he's fucking big.
Yeah.
But that's just a little fun detail. In case you guys come back to it.
No, that's cool. I just wasn't sure if it was like a fucking kobold stat block I didn't know about, or
no,
I was like,
it's definitely not that.
I was like, I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So that's what that was. So yeah, Genie's like, cool, man. Like, he's like, I hear you out there, like, clanging and banging. You sound like you're pretty handy in a fight.
Yeah, much like you don't know why you're here, Braddock. I don't know why I'm here either. This asshole told me to come.
I mean, this asshole also lets you do all the cool shit you do. Like that.
True, he gave me a dragon. It's pretty dope.
Like, I guess we're just
and a lamp to hang out with.
Right.
With lots of big pillows.
It's like, I let this dude hang out at my house all the time, and he hangs around like a weed dealer who just won't go away. But like, you know, whatever. He's like, he goes, that hand in the water thing.
I was just about to ask, do you have everything?
There it is. There it is.
He's like, yeah, that's kind of the deal. That, like, I don't know what he's told you, but like, I hook him up with cool stuff. He keeps me entertained. Sorry that you were like the first victim, I guess, but you know, I wanted to see how committed he was.
My entertainment.
You know, I'm glad it worked out. Speaking of, he's like, what kind of supplies you guys got? He wants you to like check through your gear.
Ace is gonna pull out that joint that he still has.
He's like, that's not a bad idea. But let's put a pin in that for a second.
He's gonna pull out his gear.
Boz, what kind of weapons do you have?
My weapons are long sword, long bow,
great.
javelin, and great axe.
Okay, so he sees that you have a long bow and like a small quiver. He's like, he takes one of your arrows and he like rips the fletching off of it. He's like, don't worry about this, I can fix this. He's like, all right, Ace, you're up. You got to sleep in one. Go do something with this. He gives you this feather off the arrow, and is he's wanting you to go fucking not fuck with Mitsua, but like he's up.
What, wake up Mitsua or
you guys don't have like shaving cream,
yeah,
but it's much in the vein of that.
So he's going to
we find guano
instead of shaving cream. Well, no, he's gonna wait for Milo to take a poop.
Oh, you're gonna dragon poo this guy's face? Wow,
should we go with the dragon poo or should we go with mud?
Ever. I just want to remind you, you have been basically on this guy's nutsack the whole time.
Yes.
But you do
should we go with dragon poo or mud?
Oh, I'm going with poo.
I was going to say, did you have to ask that question?
Well, he's putting the decision in their hands.
See? Mel goes, seems a little harsh. I'm going to go with mud, so you got to break this tie here, homie.
Sorry, Braddock, but he has overall control over me, so I have to listen. He goes and does mud.
he looks at Braddock and he goes, this dude, always with the cop-outs. He's like, I don't think he understands that while technically he did make a decision, he definitely made it in the wrong vein. Like, his command was to make a decision, and he did it, but he's still trying to throw me under the bus.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, we'll see how that plays out for him. So yeah, he does
it to everyone. He's consistent.
So what's cool is Austin has established, since he's indisposed right now, that he's a super heavy sleeper. So you do the whole mud shaving cream thing, or mud feather thing, and he gets mud all over his fucking face, but he doesn't wake up.
Nice.
So
by the way, Braddock, this my dragon should be able to keep watch for us.
Ooh, that's a good question. Does it say anything about it requiring sleep?
Don't believe familiars require sleep.
It's a great question.
I can.
I think it's listening to me. The first thing, do familiars need to eat and sleep? Well, pretty much it will have all the needs of a beast it's emulating.
Does a pseudo dragon need to eat or sleep, or does a pseudo dragon need to sleep?
That's not what I searched.
Well, that would be the next thing to search since you got the fucking window up.
Pseudo dragons need to sleep. When do pseudo dragons sleep? That's really whatever makes the story more fun. Personality of a cat. That's fun. These are just suggestions of what people like.
Yeah.
This thing is going to kind of act like a dog, right? If you're up, it's up.
Okay, so it'll be sleep.
But you can give it commands and it'll understand them. So if you tell it to stay on watch, it will.
So it'll take my watch.
Yeah. I was gonna say how good it is to make your dragon do a full 8-hour watch. I don't know that that's the wisest thing.
Yeah, no, that's not my goal.
Yeah,
it'll just take my watches.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think getting somebody else to do some shit for you.
For sure, buddy. Always, anytime I can. The first time I had Jeannie help me out there, and I hung out in the lamp.
Oh yeah. I mean, way to throw yourself under the bus now. Like I wasn't gonna.
I don't mind owning it every once in a while.
You guys were totally vulnerable that whole time. I don't know how you feel about that, but like, I don't know. I guess you guys weren't technically friends. I don't even know if you're friends now, but it's like.
Don't know that I have many.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty tight. So like that's fine. He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah. Well, yeah, that's me, man. It's cool to meet you. I mean, unless you guys need me, I'm probably gonna pop back into the lamp and catch a few Z's. It's kind of my thing. I'm not all about the work. I guess that's where he gets it from.
See?
I really should set a better example.
You threw yourself under the bus, too.
He's like, I'll set a better example tomorrow. But it's much with the tone of, I'm a procrastinator.
So you're finally going to grant me those wishes?
Yeah. He's like, about that, and then he just goes back into the lamp. Like, he totally blows you off.
Does this sound like a phone hanging up?
I don't think I'm getting those, but
So
I'm going to keep asking.
Austin, since you had established, what you missed was that Genie commissioned Ace to do another prank, and what it was he tore the fletching off of one of Braddock's arrows, and they pulled the old feather and shaving cream mud prank on you. The feather and mud instead of shaving cream. It was almost dragon shit.
Since you're a super heavy sleeper.
Right, you established that you were a heavy sleeper. You did not wake up, and you're just going to wake up with mud on your face. But it doesn't interrupt your rest. Genie goes back in his lamp. If you guys want to do watches, it looks like Mitsuha opted out of first watch. That's on y'all.
You want first or second, Braddock?
I'll go first.
Okay, so Boz, while you're on watch, give me John. I assume Ace goes to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if there's any last quips you needed to get in or anything.
No.
I'm here for him, man.
Well, it's been a loaded. Feels like a good loaded sesh so far. So
yeah. So he Boz, roll me quick perception check.
8.
Yeah. So you're it's raining. You hear rain. You hear like branches creaking. But nothing happens. Your watch goes unmolested. Do you wake up Ace?
Yes.
Okay. Ace, you are awoken.
Ace gets up and just kind of telepathically lets the pseudo dragon know to start patrolling the campsite, like fly in a circle. Oh, keep an eye on it for me. He's better at watching out than I am anyway.
So the Milo, the dragon,
which definitely is.
He's got dark vision. He's got
dark vision. He's got perception +3 and advantage on stealth checks.
Go ahead.
Rely on sight, hearing, or smell.
Yep. Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
And that's 2 natural fucking 20s.
Good waste.
Holy fucking shit! Where is it? Where is that? No, I can't find it.
I believe you.
Holy shit.
You are Milo doesn't. Milo doesn't see or hear anything or smell. He doesn't smell anything alarming. Like he might smell like a squirrel or a raccoon, but like nothing comes up. And after a while, maybe just out of boredom or sleepiness, he comes and like nuzzles his head into yours. Because he's not gonna wake up Mitsuha.
Oh yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's time for him to get up, and I go over and move Mitsuha vigorously because I know he's a heavy sleeper.
Cool.
At this point, I had to wake him up last time.
Austin, before you are awoke, I would like you to not roll anything. Austin, during Mitsuha's sleep, Mitsuha has a dream. It is a brief dream. It's nighttime. You are in your room. You're probably, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Let's say like 4. Maybe there's some candles lit. Like I'm sure like some kind of like employee servant at the castle comes through and make sure that there's always at least like one candle lit for like a nightlight in case you get up and gotta pee or something. You can see, and at outside your room's up on like a second or a third story. Holy shit! Did somebody just die? Maybe that was at my house. Anyway, you hear some sounds outside of the window. You hear voices, and you go and you look, and what you see is you see a wagon. It's not like a covered wagon. It's more think like the bounty hunter wagon in Red Dead.
So I'm in my room.
Yeah, you're in your room, your bedroom.
And I look out a window and I see this.
You hear some voices outside the window, and you look out the window and you see like a wagon. Like I said, think like the bounty hunter wagon in Red Dead. And you see two figures kind of talking. Can't really make out who they are, but one of them looks like average adult. The other one looks, let's say, a little taller. Maybe you can't tell if it's just a really tall person like Braddock, or like if it's maybe some different species, race, whatever you want to call them in D&D these days. You see the larger figure hand a sack to the smaller figure, or the average size figure, and the larger figure kind of like makes like a hand motion to beckon somebody, points at the wagon, and kind of and the like another person, a third person, opens the door, right? And the person that seems more familiar to you, again, you can't identify them, walks away. And you see some humans, and their hands are bound. You can tell their hands are bound, and they're starting to walk towards this wagon, and you wake up. Okay. That is the time where Ace wakes you up, or he makes the dragon wake you up. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, he gets up. You said I had to get him up. The dragon couldn't wake him up.
Well, if you were awake, you could, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I would have to take him over.
Or I figure you can give him verbal commands. And
yeah, he can do that too.
I mean, I'm gonna treat this thing like a lab.
Well, no, I can give it telepathic commands within 100 feet. Once I get to 5th level, I think I get my next invocation, and that's going to make that, as long as we're on the same plane, I can go into its mind.
Okay.
And I can give it telepathic commands. It can be wherever I want it to be. I can send it off on an adventure or something.
Right.
But if it dies, it's got 7 hit points.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there any difference between like a telepathic command and you just like a verbal command?
No.
Okay. That's fine. So
there shouldn't be. Telepathic, I wouldn't have to say anything.
Yeah, I'm going to treat this thing like a border collie.
But I would have to be awake. Right.
I'm going to treat this thing like a border collie. It's a really smart dog.
Yep.
Until we figure out otherwise. So yeah, when you wake up,
that's essentially what it is.
When you wake up Nitsuo, that's when he comes out of the dream. So that is what you see. Nitsuo, you are on watch. Give me a perception check for your watch. By this point, the rain is slowing. It's not as heavy as it was when you guys were. Okay, so you got 11. It's your watch goes unmolested too. You might hear some critters scurrying around, but nothing shows itself. Just general nighttime woods noises. And sun starts to rise. And while you guys figure out what you do to wake up, I'm going to pee real quick. Okay.
What are we figuring out what to do?
I don't know, I thought we were just keep going till we get to the place on the map. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Like, we're... Yeah.
Yeah. Keep heading that way. Good sesh so far, guys. That was some fun roleplay.
I like that we all... I mean, I know I was asleep, but none of us have any idea, really, why we're all here.
No.
You wake up with mud all over your face, by the way, so you're gonna have to deal with that. I don't know how you address that, but
I don't even think it would faze him really. Like, it's all so horrible from what he's like accustomed to. Like, oh, I must have like rolled over, or maybe the dragon came and like tried to wake me up and was muddy or something. Yeah.
So he's just chalking it up to the circumstances. He's just like, this must happen when you sleep outside.
So you think you just rolled into mud?
Or the dragon came and tried to wake me up and was covered in mud, as dragons, sometimes might be. Like, I don't know. But no big deal.
Right, for all you know, your face could be covered in muddy dragon footprints. Because you don't have a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys wake up. It's a nice morning. Ground's a little wet, but like it's. I always enjoy early mornings after it rained all night. They're nice and calm. So there's your mental image of the environment. The day is yours to do with it what you will.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're just going towards the map. We're just sort of like
you just keep on trekking.
The 3 walkers just heading towards the map.
Are you guys? You did say yeah. Are you guys? And I don't care. I'm just asking. What kind of like pace are we on here? Are you like hustling? I'm not like I know you're not sprinting, but like, are you guys like walking? Like, is it like a hurried walk or is it just casual?
I'd say it's like when you're late to the bus stop, like a good 3.5 miles to 3.5.
Yeah, but how late? like, are you gonna do you? You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't know. It's not really that important. But I know you guys aren't jogging. I assume you're not jogging. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just walking.
Yeah. Okay.
Ace isn't jogging.
Because for us, I see it as a marathon when you're walking for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to get there, and we're not taking breaks. We're not really looking at scenery. We're not really getting the campfire going.
Right. So, what I would like to do, since we are in that kind of approaching that like half-hour window between 9 and 9:30, where we usually shut down, I want to do 2 things. One, I want to do a quick character check-in, see what your characters are feeling, and the second thing I want to do is I want to talk about what you guys know, and I want to like maybe fill in any holes and questions you have, and then I have a something for us to end with, and we can do that all in that time. So, Braddock, Boz, how is Braddock feeling? Like, what's going through his head? Give me his mental monologue.
Let's see. So he feels a little uncomfortable that he told Ace, but he also feels good about it because he felt good enough to trust him to tell him.
Right.
But he just doesn't like people knowing a lot about himself.
Right. Is he, do you use, and maybe we'll figure this out about him, but do you think he's the kind of guy that it's hard to make friends with him, but once you do,
yes,
like it's for life?
He's very much a hard ass, but once you get to know him, he's also a good, he clowns around.
Oh, like Hopper.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not 1-to-1, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, if there's anything else you would like to add, feel free. If not, I will move on.
No.
Okay. How do you have any feelings? I know you guys, and again, I know you guys don't have much, but that's on purpose. Any feelings about the colony or inklings of what might be going on?
No, but when Ace said that to him about the people disappearing and me vanishing and made some kind of parallel to it, it did get me to start thinking.
Cool. Yeah, I that was a bit unsettling for me. So good job, yeah. John. Nitsua.
You're welcome.
Where's Nitsua's head at?
We got to get there.
Covered in blood.
Going on as quickly as we can, and then get back to the village as quickly as we can.
So he's very job focused.
I mean, that's really all. I mean, you can't control anything else, right?
Sure. No,
all we can do is get there as quickly as we can. And like, if we see some huge labor camp and they're held as slaves, or maybe I don't know what. If we see something, we're not just gonna go balls in, but we're gonna try and like, all right, let's get back to the camp as quickly as we can, or whatever. Basically, whatever happens after this, I'm gonna probably want to go back and like touch base with everyone to see how. Because I mean, I am worried, but I don't want to go back unless I know something.
Yeah. You, Austin, don't worry about that. Fair worry for Nitsua. I know I just laid it on you. Do you have any thoughts about the dream? Does he have any thoughts about the dream he had?
Probably pretty. I mean, I don't remember that happening, but maybe I woke up in the middle of the night one time and saw it, or
it's got. I will say this that I didn't say to you. It has
Like an eerie
like some sort of feeling of familiarity where, yeah, you probably don't remember that happening, but you're kind of 50-50 on whether or not it was just a dream or if it was a memory. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I did, have beer at a goblin place last night. It might be a bad bit of food. I mean,
good points.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, and I might be projecting my fears for the village of like some sort of trafficking, and so I'm trying to put it in a familiar place so I feel like I have control. There could be a lot of things that are going on.
Very good points. I like those all. Ace, where's Ace's head at?
Ace is just like, he's in this headspace where he's like, this figures. I had a pretty good run. 8 years up and down the coast. Fucking in and out of wherever I wanted, did what I wanted, had some magic powers, and now I'm kind of paying for it. But this is, I guess, what I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm here now.
Paying? You mean paying for it in a now I have to do work kind of sense?
Yeah, like now I'm stuck on this fucking mission and gotta I guess I'm figuring out this blight, finding these people. I don't really know. This asshole hasn't even told me yet.
Right.
What the fuck am I doing here?
Fuck. Yeah.
But he's making the best of it, just being himself and trying to have some fun while he's at it.
And he did remind me, he didn't have like a lot of friends, right?
Yeah, no, not really growing up. Like even his siblings, he had maybe one or two siblings. His sister that I specifically mentioned in that one story, they were close, but and a couple of his sisters he was close with, but none of his brothers. He didn't have a ton of friends in town. Girls tend to like him, guys not so much.
Right. And your shenanigans haven't really helped you make friends either, I presume.
No.
It's probably rubbed people
because he was
wrong.
always kind of loud and boisterous.
Yeah. He's a lot on the powers. He's a lot to take on the surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the clown of all the siblings for sure.
Sure. Okay, so real quick, let's take like 5 minutes to recap 5 to 10 minutes, however long it takes. It's not gonna take that long. Because you guys, what do you guys know, and what questions might you have, and maybe I can answer them.
All right. So what Nitsu knows is that there was a village.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's not, and we were trading with some orcs, and they gave us a spot on the map. Not orcs, kobolds. We were trading with some kobolds, and now we have a spot on the map to go investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for him...
That we might be the cause of the blight.
It is just... Dude, like... A caused, B caused, like... He's just going down
he's hyper-focused on this specific detail.
Other than that, like, that's what he's like, where are the people I need to get... Because he feels that responsibility of... the leadership, even though he's not the leader, he still feels like this is his time to do his thing. And your birth, whether you liked it or not, granted you some, however mild it may be, form of respect and authority. Yeah, and I like the idea that he's a playful narcissist, but a narcissist that lives in a world where things usually were about him. Or he had enough people who pretended it was, that he got used to it.
Right. It was more, the narcissism was more imposed upon him than anything.
So when Ace was there, and all of a sudden he's being Ace, he's like, well, naturally, because he's got that 4-star general effect where he thinks he is right about certain things. And he's doing the captain thing where he's just like, we need to do this, even if he has no idea what's going on.
Right. Not to mention, he's got this blowhard blowing smoke up his ass every 6 seconds, too.
Yeah. What questions he doesn't really have any questions. He's just trying to answer, like, what's the next thing?
This is also more for you as players. So, yes, you can take that into account as well. Again, I know this is all still very mysterious, and that's on purpose. So,
yeah, I mean, we know that there was some trades going on between the one guy. We know that chick is, there was a busybody in town. Did we know that someone got murdered? Don't we know something of some sort of murder? Or was there not a murder?
I think there was a murder.
Okay.
think there
I
was.
thought we found a letter of somebody.
I put all the. I think
I could be wrong. I could be mixing in podcasts.
So I just put in. I just hit the show to players the journal entry you found from the mayor Alton Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep mixing up his titles, but mayor is a good one. You know that he had a couple of. I don't want to say spies, but like he had a couple of little birds like Varys.
Yeah.
It was the things he got from them were limited. And then there was like the last journal entry said the last few nights have been odd to say the least. Strange sounds outside at sporadic hours of night. The town is uneasy, but I will see them through this struggle. But yes, that is always in there for you guys to refer back to. Yeah. He mentioned a mission. But yeah. He said progress on the mission is slow but not hopeless. You guys don't really know what that mission refers to. It could be as simple as it's just setting up the colony.
Yeah, the colony is the mission.
Yeah.
Most likely, but it could be something else. So, yeah.
Do you guys...
I mean, we don't have a lot, but that's the point. We're going to be picking up stuff here and there. We've gotten some information from these kobolds where they think this blight's coming from, so it's worth checking out.
Yep. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I have a mechanical question, but
sure. What do you got?
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, we can save the mechanical questions for after we're done.
I just want to stress, like, the other things Natsu has kind of forgotten about. Like, not forgotten about, but, like, doesn't care. Like, whatever was in the journal, something about the royal something about the king. Like, he's kind of glossing over those in his head and just, like, where are the people? And then I can go back to doing
So he's kind of pragmatic and arrogant.
Yeah.
I will. The other thing I will do, I have to, because it's all in my notes, I will review the notes. And what I will do is put the prologue kind of scene, I'll put that into the handouts to where if you guys ever want to refer back to it, you can. But I'll do that either when we're done here or whatever. I gotta go through it. I don't know what's in there. I don't want to. There might be some spoilery stuff, but I gotta double check it. So, cool. So, as long as you guys are cool, you're free to do whatever the hell you want. I imagine you keep trekking.
Keep trekking. That's the idea. Keep walking.
Keep on trekking. Okay, so you guys you're walking. Technically you come to a fork in the road, but you are on one of the forks, and you're coming to the stem of the Y, if you will. Mm-hmm. In fact, I can do this. And you guys aren't on here yet. On here, you see a guy who looks a lot like Lil Jon from Men in Tights, but far more menacing. And he says, "Oi!
What is your name? What is your favorite color? What is the airspeed of a laden swallow?"
He says, Tim, Red, and African and European. He says, where you think you're going? And
we're going up the road.
I say through you if you don't get out of the way.
I say we have come here from afar to learn the people of the area. So, in a sense, we have come here to meet you, my good friend. What is your name?
He says, my name comes at a cost. It's either your life or the tolls. And you don't look like you can afford them.
Well, what are the tolls, my friend?
You hear some rustling in the bushes, and that's where we're going to stop. So,
nice.
until next week.